Hey guys, so today I'm cooking up some stew goat with rice and black beans cooked in coconut milk, and I'm gonna be serving it with some fried plantains and some tangy cabbage slaw. If you've never tried stew goat, give it a try. It's so flavorful. I actually think it tastes better than curry goat sometimes, but we're not gonna say that too loud. But it's so good. Give it a try, guys. Alright, so yeah, let's get started with the recipe. Also, if you guys would like the recipe for the cabbage, the tangy cabbage slaw, just let me know and I'll post a video on it. Alright? Okay, so the first thing I did was I washed my goat using some vinegar. You could also use lemon or lime to wash it. And then we're gonna start seasoning the meat. So I'm gonna season my meat using the following ingredients. So I'm using green seasoning. I'm also gonna use some salt, some black pepper, some ground ginger, Mrs. Dash original seasoning, ground cumin, all-purpose seasoning, ground allspice, garlic powder. I'm also gonna use some minced garlic, some chopped up onions, and I'm chopping up 2 pimento peppers, and I'm gonna add that into the goat and season it very well with all of the seasonings, and then we're gonna cover it and let it refrigerate overnight or for at least 1 hour so that it marinates really well and takes all that good flavor. Okay, so let's start cooking the goat. So in a hot pot, I added in a little bit of oil just to coat the bottom of the pan, not too much. And now I'm adding in a few tablespoons of sugar. And we're gonna let that start to caramelize and turn brown. You want it to turn a darkish brown color, but you don't want the coloring to really burn. Okay, so it's gonna start to bubble and you're gonna let it bubble and just stir it every once in a while. Once it turns that dark brown color you're looking for, I'm gonna put my lid on top of my pot and I'm just gonna leave like 1 inch of space. So uncover the pot just a little like I'm showing here, and add in a little bit of water, about 1/4 cup of water. And after you add it in and the pot stops sizzling and making all that extra noise, you're gonna uncover it, add in the seasoned goat, give that a nice stir to mix the goat and the brown coloring together. And then once you mix it pretty well, you're gonna cover the pot. Don't add any more water into it as yet. Cover the pot and let it cook for about 5 minutes so that the goat can take the brown color. Okay, so yeah. So after the 5 minutes, you're gonna uncover the pot and give it a stir again. And at this point, we're gonna add in a few more cups of water so that the goat can take its time and cook. At this point, I'm also gonna add in a little bit of ketchup, and I'm gonna add in 1 Maggi cube. So I just punked the cube a little bit to break it up a little and add it into the pot. Give your pot a good stir, mix everything together, cover it and let it come to a boil again. Once it comes to a boil, you could lower down your stove to like medium to medium low heat and let the goat take its time and finish cooking. my goat took about 2 hours to cook because you want it to be tender, soft, and almost falling off the bone. About an hour before my goat was finished cooking, about 45 minutes to an hour before it's finished, I add in some sliced carrots. And about 5 minutes before it's finished, I add in some chopped up cilantro into the stew goat. Don't forget to taste your sauce and make sure that your pot is perfectly seasoned. And if you need to adjust any seasoning, like if you need to add more salt, more black pepper, go ahead and add it in. Also, if your water starts to dry down and your goat isn't tender as yet, add in a little bit more water. Just don't add too much at a time. Add it as it's needed. Okay? And yeah, guys, that's it for the stew goat. It's so delicious. Like the smell is amazing and it tastes even better. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys how I prepare and cook the rice and black beans in coconut milk that I paired with the stew goat. So I diced up some onion and garlic, and I put a big pot of water on the stove to boil, and in the water I added in my black beans. So you're gonna put the onion and garlic into the pot as well, and then you're gonna cover the pot, let it come to a boil. Once it starts boiling, of course, mix the onion and garlic into the pot. Once it starts to boil, you're gonna add in some fresh thyme, and you're gonna let the beans cook for about an hour and a half until it's tender, soft. So you want the beans to be really soft and cooked. Okay, once it's cooked, the water in the beans should have dried down. There may still be a good amount of water in there, and that's okay. We're gonna season up the beans a little bit. So I'm seasoning the black beans with some black pepper, some salt, some onion and garlic powder. You could even add in some all-purpose seasoning, and I added in a little bit of green seasoning into the beans. After you do that, you're gonna add in your white rice and mix everything together. Mix it really well. After you've added in the rice, we're gonna add in some coconut milk. So for the coconut milk, I'm using a powdered coconut milk. I didn't have the canned ones or fresh coconut milk on hand. So if you have the liquid coconut milk, just add that into the pot, one of it. I'm using this powdered coconut milk by Grace, so I'm gonna mix it in a bowl with a little bit of water, get it to be liquid, and then add it into my rice and beans. Next, I'm gonna add in some water, and when cooking rice, for every 1 cup of rice, you add 2 cups of liquid, a little bit less. So since we already had some liquid in the pot with the beans, I added about half a cup less of water for my 2 cups of rice that I did. So altogether I added 1 cup of coconut milk and about 2 cups of water. Okay, so yeah, once you add in all of your liquid, give your pot a stir, mix everything together, cover the pot over medium-high heat, let the pot come to a boil. Once it starts boiling, you're gonna turn the heat down to extremely low heat and leave your pot covered still, and let the rice take its time and steam and cook until all the liquid is absorbed. And that is it for the rice and beans, guys. Just make sure you use enough salt in your rice and beans, and then make yourself a nice plate of rice and black beans in coconut milk, served with some stew goat, some tangy cabbage slaw. And for the tangy cabbage slaw, all I did was shred some cabbage and carrots, and I mixed some vinegar with a little bit of sugar and poured it over the cabbage, and that's it. It's so delicious and it pairs so well with this meal. And of course, I fried up some plantains, and that is today's meal. It's so good. So yeah, here is me tasting it, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you give this meal a try. If you do, don't forget to let me know if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Oh my god. So if you guys have never tried stew goat, give it a try. It's worth trying. It's absolutely delicious. It tastes so good. And the panther, of course the panther is good. The cabbage slaw, everything just goes perfectly together. This is a perfect meal for any night of the day. I wish you guys could see how tender the goat is, like melt in your mouth. So that's just for this recipe, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you give it a try.